will be not so basic moves for boxing, and the reason why I'm doing this video is because I think a lot of beginners slow down their progress because they are working on the wrong moves, they are working on the wrong fundamentals, they are working on the wrong skills that they need to develop, and that's why they're progressing very slowly. And the same thing goes for advanced boxers. First of all, I want to say two things. Number one, get your pen and paper and try to check all of these. All right, if you can do all of these, if you can execute all of these, check them one by one, you're good to go, and you should be able to, or you should be a polished boxer by now. But if not, you gotta go back to drilling it. Number two, if you're an advanced boxer, don't feel like you are exempted, or don't feel like you are this video is not applicable to you anymore, because I know a lot of advanced fighters who are still having troubles with some of these moves. So the first one, we're gonna start with footwork, 4 moves for footwork, and the first one is gonna be the forward and backward gallops. So basically, what you want to do here is you want to take your front foot where the back foot is, and then you want to take the front foot where the back foot is. Or did I say that right? Vice versa, whatever. Alright, so let's see some footage here of the forward and backward gallops. Here's the first one. Alright, so again, look at this. Personally, or if you're gonna go forward, you want to push off of this front leg. If you want to go back, bam. Back foot first, or back foot moves first. So again, back foot goes where the front foot is, front foot goes where the back foot is. And if you are going to gallop forward, your weight is going to be more on that back leg. If you're going to gallop backwards, then your weight will be more on that front leg. So that's the gallop right there. Again, I'm going to make this quick. Second one is the backward step. Again, you guys may think, oh my goodness, step back, who the hell cannot do a step back? But again, I've seen a lot of boxers do this incorrectly, and so that's why I want to correct it today. What you want to do here, you want to push off, okay? You don't want to hop back. When you hop back, that's the wrong thing to do, because you're going to end up, or your feet is going to end up in all kinds of places, and so you don't want that. You want to push off. So again, what you do here, you push off with that front leg, boom, and the back foot goes back first, the front foot follows. So look at this, back foot goes back first, front foot follows. Back foot first, front foot second, and then another important thing that you have to remember here is you have to maintain this bend in your knees all throughout, okay? So I'm bending in my front leg, and then I'm slightly bending in the back leg, not so much, because the back leg needs to be mobile, so you can't sit down on that as much, okay? Step back, boom, I'm keeping that bend in my knees, and also I'm maintaining the same width between my feet all throughout. I'm maintaining this wide stance, and if you want to know how to step back in a much more fluid way, you just gotta widen your stance. That's how you do it. Okay, so if you want to drill this, you have to master also widening your stance a little bit. Next up is going to be the L step right here. Basically what I do here is I'm going to do one L step, I'm going to take one right step, and then I'm going to take another left step. And the reason why I'm taking those 2 extra steps is because I want to prevent myself from crossing my legs, okay, which is a big mistake that a lot of people do. You don't want to cross your legs because you can get caught in awkward positions when you do that. So L step, right step, left step, L step, right step, left step. You have to master this. If you haven't mastered it yet, or if you can't do it properly yet, again, get a pen and mark it as X or mark it as blank. This is what you're going to work on if you can't do it properly right now. And then the final one's going to be the in and out. Again, this is going to be for the footwork. And basically what you want to do here is you want to go in and out. A lot of people do the in and out wrong because they only bounce in place. What you want to do is you want to cover some distance. So in, out, you actually want to move into different places. You actually want to move forward and backward. You don't just want to bounce in place. I see a lot of people bounce in place, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You're not getting anywhere. You're not getting any closer. So what's the purpose of that? So again here, what I do, again, I prefer pushing off rather than hopping back and forth. That's not going to work. You have to push off. So if you're stepping forward, bam, you have to learn how to push off of that front leg so that you can step back. Again, bam, bam. And then once you get a little more advanced, you're going to see it here. You're going to see a double entry. Okay, so I go out, in, and then in again. So I do a double entry there again. Let's see some more. Double entry again. And then I'm going to go in again, double entry. Now, I don't recommend that for beginners. Again, master the in and out first, and then later on you can work on that double entry that I just did there. Alright, now let's move on to defense. The first one you have to learn how to tighten your guard. Again, a lot of boxers may think, oh my goodness, that's the most basic shit ever. But again, I will say this as many times as I can. I've seen advanced boxers have troubles with these moves, and that's why they get messed up in fights. That's why they are incomplete fighters, okay? So you have to learn how to tighten up your guard, how to close it, as you can see me doing here. Alright, block some straight punches. And then here again, closing that guard. Now I'm going to show it to you from a wider guard. So I'm a little bit more open here. And then I'm going to close all the way. I'm not going to close all the way in because some people don't really have the shoulder flexibility to do that. And so you just got to learn how to tighten it up a little bit and close it, okay? Tighten your elbows. Second one, you have to learn how to block body shots. So as you can see here, what I prefer doing is, if I'm going to block the front of my body, I'm gonna bend on this front knee or on this front leg. If I'm gonna block the rear side of my body, I'm gonna bend on that back leg. And again, a lot of people do this wrong because what they do when they block body shots is they're stiff-legged. And you can check out my video on this about mistakes that a lot of people make when blocking body shots. So if you're gonna block the front of your body, you have to bend that front knee. If you're gonna block the rear side of your body, you have to sit down on that back leg, you have to bend that back knee. And then I'm gonna show it to you now with some counters. Boom, check hook, or check uppercut, or check and shoot, catch and shoot. What the fuck am I talking about? Alright, so catch and shoot here. Again, catch and shoot, block uppercut, and that's that. Alright, next one is gonna be bending the knees while you are slipping and rolling. This is another skill that you need to do. You need to learn how to bend your knees while moving your head. You cannot be stiff-legged. I've seen a lot of people move their head while their legs are stiff-legged. You don't want to do that. You want to bend your knees while you are moving your head, because moving your head comes with what? Transitioning weight between the back foot and the front foot. So when you're slipping inside, you're going on the front foot. When you're slipping outside, you're being more on that back foot. So you have to learn how to bend those knees. So here it is. I'm slipping. When I'm slipping inside, I'm bending that front knee a little bit more. When I'm slipping outside, I am bending that back knee a little bit more, okay? Front leg, back leg. Now I'm going to show it to you with steps, with some tiny steps. And this is something you can drill as well once you learn how to bend those knees. Once you learn how to bend those knees, you have to learn now how to walk while you are moving your head. How to move forward and backward with tiny steps while moving your head. And again, although these are basic moves, I've seen way too many advanced boxers still do these wrong. They still move their head while their legs are stiff. They still move their head without stepping forward, without taking tiny steps. And that's what I want to correct, guys. If you're a beginner right now, you are lucky because you can work on these as early as today, and then by the time you become intermediate, you're gonna have the fundamentals down, you're gonna have your movement down, and you're gonna look more polished than a lot of seasoned boxers out there who already have a extensive record. So now the final one I want to talk about is you want to learn how to slip and roll after punching, okay? And it's gonna follow up with that principle that I talked about a while ago, which is bending your knees. You have to learn how to punch with your knees bent, bending those knees so that when you try to defend after you throw your punches, your knees are going to be bent and you can easily move your head after you throw. Become defensively responsible. Now you may notice that I did not put anything flashy here, okay? I did not put any Lomachenko moves, I did not put any Floyd Mayweather moves, and the reason why is because I've learned it through experience. Those flashy moves ain't gonna work if you don't have these down. So this is 8 moves, 4 for footwork, and then 4 for defense that you have to learn. Again, check them one by one. If you can do them all, you should be polished by now. If you haven't yet, if you can't do them properly yet, you have to correct them. Watch this video again and see some of the tips that I gave you, alright? And now, the rest of this is going to be on Patreon. It's going to be more specific stuff, but it's going to be level 1 still. So this is level 1 for the basic moves. This is going to be level 1, and then I'm going to go into level 2 soon. But that's going to be on Patreon. So again, if you can join there and you can work on these moves one by one And by the time you fight, all you have to do is combine them, layer them, right? You have to combine these moves in order to create a rhythm. And once you create that rhythm, everything is gonna look natural. You're not gonna look like you're forcing yourself to look good. You're not gonna look like you're forcing yourself to look pretty inside the ring. All of this is gonna be natural. It's gonna flow in a fluid and in a smooth manner. It's all because of muscle memory. It's all because you repeated it over and over again. So that's it. Check these 8 moves. List this 8 moves down and then work on it. Whatever you're having difficulties with, that's what you want to work on more. Alright, so join my Patreon if you want a continuation of this. This is level 1. There's gonna be more level 1 there before I move on to level 2. And that was it. Peace out, subscribe if you're new.